Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna go over the rear engine compartment on a bus for your CDL test. What I like to do first is you always start from the top and go to the bottom. Good, man. This is the water fill. The cap is sealed, not leaking. Okay, this is the reservoir fill. Then you have your radiator right at the bottom. The radiator has no standing water. It's not leaking. There are no leaks. Then you look at your radiator hose. The radiator hose is part metal and rubber. It's right back there. It's not leaking. The goal is to do a visual inspection. It's not leaking. It's attached to the bus. Then you go back and there is the exhaust pipe. Has no burn marks. If there's a burn mark, there's exhaust that is leaking and it's contaminating the area. There are no burn marks. As you walk toward yourself, you know, again, there's the radiator hose. Radiator hose not cracked. It's not cracked. It's properly secured. It's right here. Then as you move toward yourself, you have all the harnesses, all the wiring. The wiring is properly secured and connected. Then you have all your hoses. Your hoses are not leaking and they're properly secured. Then you have your transmission fill. It's not leaking. It's properly attached. Your engine dipstick is firmly secured, not leaking. You have then your engine block. There are no standing liquids. Okay, right below there you have your water pump, which is right here in this area. And the water pump is properly secured. It's not leaking. Yes, and it's belt driven. See all the belts? Belt driven. As you move over, you have your alternator. The alternator is belt driven. It's right here. The belts cannot have excessive wear, and they cannot be very loose. If they're loose, they can come off. So you say that. The belt has no frayed and it's not damaged. All your logos are clear and visible right here. Then you have your rear engine control box. With the rear engine control box, you just have to state everything. They don't blindfold you, you just look. You say this is your RPM gauge, throttle control right here. Then you just read the thing: main fuel valve switch, tank fuel valve switch, your throttle speed control switch. All you're doing here is you're just reading off these gauges. So transmission oil, this is the engine hour meter, the AC hour meter. This is the engine trans ABS diagnostic, engine fan reverse switch. These are all switches. Okay, you just read it all off. Engine select switch, engine start switch, compartment light switch. Okay, all you do is you're just reading all that off. The other thing now, as you move over, this right here, this is your compressor. It is belt driven. Here's a belt. There's a belt around it. Okay? So that is what harnesses the air pressure. Again, the belt cannot be excessively worn. It cannot be loose. You know? And the reason you're not a mechanic, but you're just doing a visual, so if there's an issue, you know how to write it on your DVI. Now, right below all this, right down there, there is a power steering pump. You can't see it, but it's down there. That is gear driven. That's the only thing that is gear driven. These are belt driven. Two things, belt and gear. And then all these hoses go up to your air conditioning compressor, which all the hoses go up there and it feeds air from that. And that's all you're doing. You're just doing a visual. And that's it.